Hello everyone, and happy Thursday to you, and welcome to another episode of our holidays series that we kind of have going on. So it's kind of unofficial, but it's kind of what we've been doing over the past, I'd say like 2 weeks. We have been doing strictly just hauls. Now they've mainly been bins hauls because obviously that's kind of what most of my sourcing is at this point. But this week is a little bit different. So if you missed it, actually Ryan did a haul on Tuesday. It was just him. I cooked us dinner while he filmed his haul, and he showed you guys kind of everything that he's accumulated over the past like couple months. He does a little bit of thrifting after work sometimes on the weekend. Obviously I grab him stuff at the bins. He had some stuff from his own closet, I believe, that he was listing. So he showed you just kind of everything. There was luxury, there was Y2K Depop stuff, there was Poshmark type stuff. But today I am once again not doing a bins haul. Though I did go to the bins this week, that'll be coming next week, I also have been doing a lot of arbitraging. There is so much arbitraging I've been doing and so much stuff that I can't even get it fully off screen. So this is a little preview of all the stuff that I have. I am actually not even showing you today every single thing I got. I would say, if anything, this is 45 to 50% of it, and that is because the other 50% is strictly jeans and denim. I am sparing you guys. I am not going to show you all the jeans I found. It would be, I feel, a little boring, honestly, to just show you a bunch of jeans. I mean, to summarize them real quick, I have mainly been purchasing Paige, Pistola, Free People, and Pilcro, and some Citizens of Humanity jeans. I think that's about all there is. And they've all been wide leg or barrel leg. And that's kind of all you need to know. There's a lot of jeans that just hit my closet, but that's nothing new. Instead, I'm going to show you guys everything else that I arbitrage. So I think there's a couple pairs of pants in here, but for the most part, this is like sweaters. There's actually a dress. There's a lot of sweaters, but there's a couple jackets, denim jackets, a couple luxury pieces and higher end designer pieces. But then there are some more just like standard, really cute pieces. The places that I arbitraged from have basically strictly been consignment stores. This is a mix of turnstile and clothes mentor purchases, and all of this is from the whole like Black Friday cyber weekend and all that stuff where every place on earth is having a million different sales. I told you guys this in a haul I think last week, but when the cyber sales and the in-person Black Friday sales happen, I rarely go to retail stores, and I rarely honestly do very much purchasing for me or even for Christmas gifts. I do a lot of sourcing though, because a lot of places do sales. I think all the clothes mentors were 30% off, and all of the turnstiles I think were 25% off, and you might have got like a bonus coupon or something with it. But there were a lot of good deals to be had, so I did a lot of damage. My business credit card is a Discover card, and I'm pretty sure that Discover thinks that I have a shopping addiction because I truly did some damage. My credit card bills are gonna be pretty high, but it's okay because this is all worth it. This is all really good stuff. Now, because this is arbitrage finds, I am gonna tell you the cost of them. Obviously with bins, we all know it's just by weight, but this stuff is all very different, very sporadic prices. So I will tell you with each. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm listing them for just because that would take way too much time, but I will tell you that I do have basically every single thing listed already. Since I invested in this, I wanted it posted fast. So we're gonna start off with a skirt, and this is a Pilcro Anthropologie skirt. It's kind of like a black gray denim, and this is a size US 8 petite. Usually I'm a little weary of petite, but this is actually a maxi kind of mermaid skirt. It's more of like a pencil shape until it hits the knees, and then it really flares out, and it's actually kind of high-low. This cost me $17, which might seem a little steep, but this retailed I think for $148, and maxi denim skirts have been doing very, very well for me. I feel like this one is quite unique. Also, I feel like Pilcro items, like trendier Pilcro, has been doing really well for me, so I definitely wanted to pick that up. Next up is one of the items that I, at least as of now, now don't have listed, but I'd probably have listed within the next couple days. And these are my only pair of shoes. Oh no, this is one of two pair of shoes. I do have another pair, but this is a pair of pumps, and these are some Mary Jane pumps with this buckle strap that I think is really cute. They have this fun kind of squared but also round toe to them, and these are by Prada. These are actually a clothes mentor find, which is awesome. Usually my Prada is like online arbitraging, so it was cool to find some in an actual store. These were $67 after the discount, which I thought was totally worth it. These are in very, very good shape. Like, they definitely have been worn, but even the color isn't worn off. There's not really much for scuffing on the back. The leather is still very soft and smooth. These are a size 40, so that's, I think, a 10 when it comes to Prada, but I think these are really, really cute and definitely something I would have picked up online arbitraging on some kind of website, eBay, Posh, wherever. Next, we have another pair of pants, and these are actually new with tags. So this is a new label J.Crew piece in size medium. These were only $12 after a discount, which I thought was a steal. So they're just like a black satin pant, but they're very like intimate inspired. They have this lace detailing at the bottom, which is so cute. They're not pajama pants, I'm fairly certain, even though they definitely could be worn that way. Often I do think of like satin and obviously like intimate styles as kind of a sleep style, but I think they're more of just like a lounge pant. But when I looked them up, they were not listed as pajamas or anything, and they also, again, retailed like really high. I think these were like, again, almost around 150 or something. So $12 for new with tags. I was like, obviously. Next up, it was a score. I'm so excited about this sweater. This was $23. This is a polo Ralph Lauren sweater. It's a size medium. And this is a cable knit sweater. From afar, it just kind of looks like a regular cable knit sweater. Nothing too interesting, but definitely still really cute. Very like varsity, kind of like classic style. But if you look close, almost every aspect of this is beaded. So all of the trim on the collar is black and white beads. The same goes for the cuff areas. And then half of each cable knit is beads as well. So like one weave of it is beads. Like this is all beads, this is all fabric, this is all beads. This thing I think retailed for around like $400, which doesn't surprise me. Polo is very, very pricey, but especially when it's something interesting and embellished like this, I was so excited to find this. It doesn't have a Polo logo on it or anything, but I think that's because like the beads are kind of enough of an attention grabber that it didn't really need anything extra added to it. But that was a steal. I would pay $23 for that, like all day, any day, every day. That was really exciting. Oh, okay, so this I think is one of two things I found at Uptown Cheapskate. My mom and I actually went on Black Friday to Uptown Cheapskate, I believe it was. We were like, I think out at lunch, and we're like, why not stop? She hadn't been there before. This is COS, and it's a size extra small, and this is actually a men's piece. This is so nice and cute. This kind of reminds me of, if you remember, the Banana Republic men's trucker denim jacket that I recently sold, shacket situation, that I also really loved. This reminds me a lot of that. It's that nice dark wash that I feel like for men's items does really well. I swear this thing has maybe been worn once. This is in such good shape. I love these big like utility pockets. I love the big buttons. They all say COS London on them. This cost me $37. So Uptown Cheapskate had, I think, 25% off of everything, and this was priced at like $50, I think it was. That seems a little steep, I'm sure, to some people, but this was still on the COS website for $250. COS just does so well for me. Not that I've really tried men's COS a whole lot, but I was like, okay, if it still is retailing for almost $300, $37 is really not that bad. And sure enough, it has been actually getting quite a few likes, so no regrets with that. I guess I left one pair of jeans in here, which is totally fine with me, because actually these are one of my favorite pairs that I found, but I didn't put them down on my cost of goods sheet that's in front of me because I didn't expect to do jeans. These I think were around like $55 to $60. So these are Citizens of Humanity, and these are the Ayla jean. I mentioned these in the What Sold Sunday. Miss Jellybean bought herself a pair of crop Aylas from me that she did write a love note on. She does love them, so that makes me happy. And I said I got a pair in my size as well. I was gonna try them on and possibly match her, but they're actually a little loose. So I think the Ayla's meant to be a bit loose because these are size 31, which in women's, I feel like normally would fit me. I'm usually like 30 or 31, but these are a bit loose on me. And so I can't really pull them off, but I love these so much. It's okay though. Ayla's retail for $398, and they are like the it jean, the it girl in the Citizens of Humanity world. So I have these listed for I think $235, and they have quite a few likes. Some of the model pictures have them cuffed and some of them don't. Those are so cute. Again, I was like so thrilled to find those. I love selling the Ayla. Okay, we're finally almost about to conquer this top overflowing part. Next up, we have a favorite. Why did I say it? A favorite daughter. We have a favorite daughter denim jacket. This cost me $45, which I thought was quite fair. It's an extra small, and this is yet another kind of like utility chore coat, like a workman's coat. It's got all the utility pockets all over it. I think it's called the Carly jacket, if I remember right. It's a nice kind of like soft, not extremely rigid denim. It's also definitely oversized. Like, though this is an extra small, I'd say it could fit for sure a small. Funny enough, which I didn't know when I bought this, but Anthropologie also sold this, which is, I guess, just kind of an added perk. Usually with favorite daughter, kind of like with Citizens, like it doesn't necessarily have to be Anthro. It does good for me either way, but obviously like that's great too. This might be the most expensive piece I'm gonna show you today. Actually, I think this is the most expensive thing I found, including all my jeans. Well, it for sure is. I didn't pay this much for jeans. So this was $100, which is a lot to pay to resell something for sure. This is Isabel Marant, which I don't always feel willing to pay $100 for, like for sure. But this is like a cult classic, stunning quilt coat from Isabel Marant. This thing is so adorable. It's not by Etoile Isabel Marant, so it's not a diffusion line. It's very, very puffy. It's very soft. There's no pilling going on. There's not color run. Like, the white behind the flowers has like the slightest pink hue, but that's how this comes. I looked up the pictures. The lining has no color run. Also, actually, this can be turned into a vest, which I didn't know until I was taking pictures to list this, but you can unsnap these arms. And it's kind of like a 2-in-1 jacket, which I think is really cool and adds a lot to it. It's got hook closure at the front. It's got like a leather trim to it. At least I think it's real leather, but this is so nice. This is another thing I haven't listed yet, but I do have pictures. It's a size 34, which I actually think might be like a size 2 or possibly like a size extra small or something. This is so cute. Yes, 100 is like more than I would like to pay for that. Oh, but it's too cute, and I think it'll do good. I think it'll work out. I think I could even send it to the Real and make money if worse came to worse. All right, I think we're in a little patch of designer here. Next up is Ulla Johnson, which let me scroll down on my sheet to see what I paid for this. This is one that cost me $61 after some kind of discount. This is so cute and so soft. It is like a bobble textured cable knit, really chunky sweater. It is like so soft. What is this made out of? This is merino wool and baby llama. Wow. Made in Peru. I love Ulla. $60 is a steal for something like this. I have really good luck selling her stuff. Sometimes it takes a minute, but like it always sells, I feel like. This has a really good like cottage style, I feel like. It's a size extra small, but again, definitely very oversized. I like that even the buttons are covered in the like knit fabric. And it does have all 3 of its buttons. One of them just wasn't buttoned. But it's cute because the buttons actually kind of match the look of the bobbles. So it really blends in super well. I was pumped to find that. And then I have another Ulla Johnson. This one is by this one has an Ulla Johnson label because it's by Ulla Johnson. This is a blend of wool and cashmere. So these are some nice Ulla pieces. This is a size medium, and this one was also $61. So they must have been priced the same, I guess, originally. This is like a puff sleeve, orange, like pumpkin color cardigan with the patch kind of pockets at the front. It's like a longer length, more of like a hits your thigh length. This is so nice and so cute. I need to like sweater shave this one just a titch. There's literally just some very light, loose, like pilling, hardly any, but it'll take me like 1 minute to fix that. Okay. Some more sweaters. Definitely not as nice of a brand, but they're very cute still. This is the J.Crew sweater that I've actually had before. This one's a size extra small, and that is a newer label. I think this is from 2023, if I remember correctly. This is kind of one of their modern sweater blazers. This one is obviously in, I think they call it mocha brown. It's kind of got a V-neck to it, and it's got the lady jacket buttons to it, which I think add a lot. They have anchors on them. This is so cute, and like I said, I have had it before and sold it before, and it sold for $95. So when I found this for $20, totally thought it was worth it. Again, that might be more than other people would pay for something like that, but if I've sold it before for $95 and it had a lot of attention, it's like a no-brainer, in my opinion. This one's very similar, but this one was actually $15 after discount, which I thought, I honestly would have almost paid more for this one. J.Crew size medium. I think this one's actually from 2024, and this is a very similar one, but it has more pockets to it and more buttons. These buttons do not have anchors. They have like a crest on them. But again, it gives that like lady jacket kind of look. Super cute. No pilling, nothing. Obviously green is still quite in. And I don't remember what else I was gonna say about it, but I feel like if I could sell that brown one for $95, I don't know why I couldn't with the green one. This is like one of my only non-wintry pieces, I guess. This is actually Corey Lynn Coulter, which if you didn't know is an Anthropologie label. This is a super cute shirt dress. It could be a swim cover. It is meant to be like a shirt dress though. It's got these beautiful like grid floral and vine kind of details going on. Super adorable. This was $18. This one I was a little iffy on. I thought $18 for an anthro dress that isn't new with tags seemed a little scary, especially because it's a mini dress, which I don't always have as much luck with, but that one retailed for over $200. It seems pretty rare from looking around for other ones, so I think everything's gonna be okay. Next up is another J.Crew piece. This is another very modern, very new J.Crew piece. J.Crew size small. And this is a brushed cashmere sweater. Another thing from J.Crew that does so good for me. This was $15. Which is a steal. I for sure would have paid $20 for this as well. J.Crew's cashmere pieces like this retail for I think $230 to $250. No brainer. $15 easy. Honestly, like $15. Sometimes things at Goodwill are $15 to $20 nowadays. So that is a for sure yes. Then we have another Citizens piece, but this is actually like Citizens clothing versus being denim, which I haven't had. I don't think ever. This is a Citizens vest. Really cute. It's like a linen and I think it's cotton blend. This was $15 as well. This also retailed for $238. So apparently I have better memorized the retail prices than what I'm pricing these things at. But this is in great condition. This was sold at Evereve. Yeah, I don't remember what I priced it at. It is a size medium though, which I also thought was nice. If it was like an extra small, maybe I would have been a little more iffy on it, but vests have still seemed to be performing pretty well for me. Next up is a Free People sweater. So this is an extra small, but this is very oversized once again. This is kind of like I'm having the hardest time. I think I need to move over so I can hold stuff up over here. This is a cable neck, kind of like scholarly, like varsity sweater for some reason is what comes to mind when I see this. There we go. I think I can hold stuff better this way. This arm is better at like going over my head than my left arm. Fun fact about me. This was $17. I thought that was fair. This is, again, a style that is being sold currently for $150. Deal. Then we have another cardigan. This one was $14. This is a quince sweater. And honestly, this probably retailed for like $60 to $70. So this was probably like the worst deal in relation to its retail price, but quince does so well for me that I didn't even question it. It's a cable knit boxy sweater. It's kind of an oversized fit, but more like in width. They call it the oversized cardigan, but like these sleeves aren't like crazy oversized or anything. It is just a fully organic cotton sweater. It has like maybe a little bit of like wash wear just at the trim of the collar, but that also could be how this comes. I'm not really sure. This is really cute. Cable knit has been doing fantastic lately for me. This is another one I was a little more iffy on, but a couple different things sold me on it. So this is Free People and it is new with tags. This retailed for $128. It is a faux leather skirt. It is a maxi skirt. Why do I feel like I'm having such a hard time like showing stuff today? I think it's just because I have all these piles around me. It is a maxi skirt, but it's white faux leather. So I was like, but it retails for $128. It's a size 12. And it is, again, still like actively for sale on the Free People website. And it has really, really, really cute model pictures. It's called the like Rootin' Tootin' skirt or something. It's something like Western inspired and they styled it really cute. And it was $18. I hope I don't regret that. I am usually vehemently against selling faux leather because it just usually doesn't perform that well for me. But that one got me. You got me, gal. All right, another J.Crew piece. I think we're just powering through all this J.Crew right away. This is a J.Crew size small medium. It is a cable knit, really, really long, really nice duster cardigan. Again, we've got some front patch pockets, but this probably goes down almost to the knee, if I had to guess. I love that it's a double size because I can list it under both then. And though this is the black label, this is from 2021. I think it's also an alpaca and merino wool blend, which is fantastic. This is like just a little pilly, but it also looks like it came slightly fuzzy, so it's very hard to notice. And I've sweater shaved off like any of the main pilliness. And then there's one mark that I noticed, unfortunately, when taking pictures at one of the sleeves. It's pretty small, so it's not that big of a deal, but I just marked this a little lower. I think I listed this at like 58, whereas if it was perfect condition, I maybe would have done like 75 or something. And that was 15, which again, I thought was totally fair, totally a price that I am okay with. All right, my other pair of shoes. Can you guess the brand on these? These are obviously some Doc Martens. These I actually picked up before all the sales started. I think this is the only thing that I paid like full price for in all of this. These were $35, which I thought was fair. These Doc Martens are in crazy, crazy good shape, which rarely do I find Doc Martens in good shape, just because Doc Martens are so sturdy and they wear so well that, like me, people beat the crap out of their Doc Martens. These like maybe were worn a couple times. There is like the slightest bit of creasing at the toe, so I'm sure they're not unworn, but they're in great shape. These are a women's size 8, also a men's size 7. They're a European 39, and I think 35 is totally fair. No, I'm not gonna make $1 million on them, but Doc Martens always sell, and they always sell for pretty good money. If these were in a little worse shape, I wouldn't have paid 35, but because of the condition, because they're like the classic higher boot, I thought they were totally worth it. Next up is my other COS item. This is a COS sweater dress. This is like a turtleneck, kind of, yeah, it is a short sleeve ribbed sweater dress. I think this is really, really nice and really unique, and it is a wool blend. This is a COS size medium. It is this slightly older label, but honestly, I've noticed not much of a difference in performance on the COS labels. This cost me $13, which was, again, kind of like a no-brainer. That is literally Goodwill prices. There's a lot of stuff at Goodwill that is $12.99. So if that was $12.99 at Goodwill, I totally would have picked it up, so why wouldn't I at a consignment store? Then we have another Free People, and this is extra large. And this is another really nice, really modern, chunky cardigan with the big buttons. These are like wood, like acacia wood or something buttons. So nice. This was $25. Again, a broken record, which this is something I love about shopping at consignment stores. This is once again another piece that's still being sold on the Free People website for full price of $148. So paying $25 seems like a steal of a deal. XL is very hard to find in Free People. It's a very cute, classic kind of cottage style. I feel like this past year I've been trying to hone in on just like more like timeless pieces versus like the super niche, super specific pieces, because there's always obviously a customer base for timeless stuff. Whereas sometimes with something more unique, you need to find the correct person for it. So next we have a Sundance. This is my only Sundance that I've found on all of my adventures sourcing. This was $13, which was again a deal. This is a Sundance size medium, and this is such a cute wool sweater. It's like a button collared sweater, cable knit all throughout. Easy decision. Wonderful condition. I don't honestly know why this was priced so low. I feel like whatever discount I got, this must have been like 16 full price or something. Steal of a deal. Like steal of a deal. I don't know what the deal was. Oh, let me show you these two. Okay, so Ryan wants to buy these from me. I mean, I could always, if he forgot about them, I always could wrap them for Christmas, but I already got him plenty for Christmas. I found two Sporty Rich pieces, which if you don't know that brand, it is a total bolo. We haven't talked about it much because I've actually just not found it very much. This is a wellness tee. It just says wellness, Sporty Rich. This was originally $17. I don't know, it was like around 15 or 14, which is a super good deal. These retail for close to $100 just for the t-shirts. And then this is a sweatshirt. This one's a size large. That's their little tag again. And this one says health. So as you can tell, Sporty Rich aesthetic is kind of like classic kind of collegiate styles with obviously like their aesthetic of wellness and health and athleticism. This one was $29. So this was like low 20s, like 22, 21, something like that, which is a really good deal. The sweatshirts I think retail for like $150, but they're quite trendy and quite popular. This is a weird one. So no, this is not Issey Miyake, even though it is like a fully pleated blouse. This actually has no tag at the top. I just remembered, so I don't know why I'm looking up here. This is by a leg and look brand that I just recently had found called Babette. Babette is very expensive and it has a pretty decent following. So finding something so unique like this, especially in like this unique color, I totally wanted to grab it. This was $9. I think this was actually a turnstile marked half off, so there's no extra discount. But what's weird is it has this like turtleneck that is separated. So at first I saw the front and I was like, oh no, the seam is split. But it's on the front and back, and that's actually how it's supposed to be, which is like really unique. I'm not gonna pretend that this is the first time I've been confused by leg and look. Like, it's a pretty common feeling when it comes to that aesthetic. Okay, I have 3 things left, but it's all great. This was also actually half off at a turnstile. This was $10. Steal. This is Blank NYC, which I usually do not sell myself, but this is like the one outlier style. This is called, I think it's like the librarian blazer or the library blazer or the studies something. Study time? I don't know. It's something like relating to education and reading. This, like I said, was 10. This is the 3rd time I've had this Blank NYC, and it is sold to Free People. So that's that on that. I feel like I'm losing my train of thought with that one. 2 more. This is one of my only other men's pieces, and this is a Alpha Industries item. I'm like really apparently losing my train of thought. This is a size medium. And this is a New York Yankees, Alpha Industries, and New Era collaboration, which I have actually had a bomber jacket from before, and it sold for a lot. I don't remember how much it was, but it was over $200. So this was $87, because Alpha Industries are very expensive. This is just like a rare collab, so don't ask me how I have found 2 of them. But the other one, like I said, was actually a bomber, and this one's like a hooded jacket, so it is very slightly different. And my final item is once again a jacket, and this is by Pistola, of course, the finale. would be from the brand that I've mentioned 1,000 times on this channel. So this is a Pistola jacket. I have never tried Pistola besides pants and jeans. So this is a first for me. But this is a really, really cute chore coat, workman's coat, barn coat, whatever you want to call it, utility jacket. So cute. I love the colors. I love the corduroy collar. And this, I think, also was at Anthro. I don't remember if this was at Evereve, but this was $42, which was a little steep, but I have confidence. I have such good luck with Pistola. I think the style is so cute. I'm confident in it. I think it'll do well. Okay. I think it's because Ryan gave me the first half of the week off that now I'm like, my brain's trying to catch up back to like hauling. I think also like sometimes with these arbitrage hauls, it's like a lot of info to like juggle. Like, what did I list it for? Where did I get it from? What did I pay for it? It's just like a lot of different numbers running through my head. And I'm like, did I get this there? Did I find this with that? Or did I find it with that? Not that it matters. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Let me know as per usual if you would like to keep seeing arbitrage hauls. I do love arbitraging because I get stuff like this and I love stuff like this. So let me know if you would like to keep seeing stuff that I do arbitrage, or do you want me to just stick to bins items? Totally up to you guys. But anyways, let me know your favorite couple things that I found. Let me know the couple things that you maybe wouldn't have paid as much as I did for. And I will see you when you choose to see me next. Goodbye.